What's up, everybody, and welcome to fucking camera angle. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Today we're going to talk a little bit about science. We're going to do a little science class, and why we're talking about science is some of you may know that little twerp science geek with the glasses is back, and he's fucking with me because he thinks he's funny. And I just think it's perfect timing that, you know, he comes back and this story comes out in the news. So here we go. I get picked on because I'm a bro. I get pushed around because I'm not a scientific guy. I don't have the scientific studies to back up my claim, etc., etc., etc. But now, as this new information comes to light, neither do you, science geeks. You don't even have the scientific interpretations to back up your claims either. You know why? Here we go. Los Angeles Times, November 5th. That's today. They posted a story about, let's see, a few years ago, scientists at the Thousand Oaks biotech firm set out to double-check the results of 53 landmark papers in their fields of cancer research and blood biology. Okay, they wanted to make sure that the research that they did was legit. They wanted to make sure that they could go ahead and redo the studies and get the same results again. They wanted to make sure that none of the variables were off. They wanted to make sure that everything was legit because it's cancer research. Let's face facts. Everybody in the world is trying to cure cancer. So obviously, if you're having papers come out, you better damn well be sure that you know what you're talking about, and you've actually found something and can replicate it and is 100% exact. Because if you're not, well, this is what happens, okay? The idea was to make sure that research on which Agman was spending millions of development dollars is still held up. They figured that a few of the studies would fail the test. A few, okay? That the original results couldn't be reproduced because of the findings were especially novel or described fresh therapeutic approaches. But what they found was startling. Of the 53 landmark papers, only 6 proved valid. 6. That's not a very high percent. Okay? So now basically people put out these studies, put out these papers, put out all this information on cancer research, and it's bullshit. It can't be replicated. No wonder why there's so many failures with cancer and people die. Because they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. People are following papers put out by other people that are not valid. They can't replicate the studies. They can't do them. It is not legit. It's not real. So how, and this is going on years and years, and they're figuring, oh shit, now we got to do something because, you know, we're running out of options with this cancer research and the things that we're trying. Why are these things failing so much? So they went back and looked at the research. Now let me ask you guys this question. This is cancer research. One of the most evil things in the world, most awful things in the world is cancer. Everybody wants to stop it. If those studies are that flawed, what do you think the studies on muscle building are? Or nutrition, or supplements, or any of that shit? They're putting more money and more research and more time into killing cancer and curing cancer than anything else in the world. And they have been for years, decades. So you're trying to tell me if you had 53 studies and papers done about nutrition, that there would be more that were correct than the ones for cancer? No, there'd be less. That means there'd be like 3 or 2 or 1 or maybe none that would be legit. Or maybe if they did 53 papers, 53 studies on how the body builds muscle, how it burns fat, how a bodybuilder becomes bigger. Out of those 53 papers, the maximum I would feel would be 6 would be right. And I don't even think it would be close to that. It'd probably be 3 or less. So here's the complaint that I have. You guys that love the science, hey, that's great. That's your thing, okay? It's not really my thing. I don't want to sit around and read papers and books and wear a lab coat. That's not my thing, okay? I like to be in the gym. I like to do my stuff. But the bottom line is, you always come at me with, you don't have the studies to back it up. You don't have the scientific proof. Either do you. Because these papers that are being written, these studies that are being done around the world on human beings, okay, they can't be replicated. At least what I do in the gym, I can replicate over and over again with myself and clients. I do it all the time. And a lot of these guys who are doing the science stuff, they come out and they say, well, this is the theory with this. It's not replicated. There's no proof. So you're basically waving a piece of paper that has no clout to it. But when I get somebody to drop 50 pounds, and another person to drop 50 pounds, another person to drop 50 pounds, another person to drop 50 pounds, that doesn't hold any weight. Okay, you have a paper that's unfounded, and I have 6 people that drop 50 pounds. How did your paper get published? Because when I do the 50-pound weight loss on 6 people, that's what you do to get a paper published. You replicate things over and over again. And then people see, and then they write a paper about it, and then it becomes fact, and then it becomes scientific evidence. So what is it the problem with what I'm doing compared to what the scientific community is doing? Now I'm sure there's going to be some backlash and say, well, that's open to interpretation and that's how it is. No, it's in the Los Angeles Times. This, out of that many research papers, there's only 6. Out of 53, 6. Are you fucking kidding me? 59, let me get the stats so I make sure that it's right. $59 billion a year is what goes into the cancer research. $59 billion. And that many studies are wrong and can't be replicated. You're trying to tell me the stuff that you're spitting out of me about how to gain muscle and be a bodybuilder is 100% intact because it's scientific and it has a paper? This is why I say you can take the papers. What I want you to do is take that paper and turn that sideways. And turn it this way. Then shine it up real good. Get it shined up. Then I want to take you, turn that paper, shove it straight up your candy ass. Because it ain't worth shit. Bios3training@gmail.com. Leave comments down below. www.bios3training.com is the blog. And we're the Flawed Science Bicep. We're out.